was the one waiting to come to this meeting. And I think, how do we switch this one off? Okay. Can you show them how to switch this off?
No, it will just have yours on.
Yeah, but it's good.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
On. Okay.
Don't worry, just yours. It will pick up the receiver from you on.
Wait. There's an echo here. So we have a reason to worry. Maybe.
If you can just open at the back one channel, please.
It's off. Yeah, I think that was the problem. Yeah. Okay. So let me start by welcoming all of you and saying what a great privilege and a great honor it is for CAF, for African football. You would have seen from the press statements that we issued that there's a huge commitment from CAF to try and make the work of the media as convenient and as comfortable as possible. So for members of the media, if there's any inquiry, any issue, including any problem, engage with the Secretary General. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So engage with the. Yeah. Engage with the Secretary General and CAF to see how we can not just be of assistance. The media is very important. You have to do your work. And meaning you do your work, you don't just report as best you know, but also to the extent that there are deficiencies, weaknesses, shortcomings, please make us aware. I want to thank the vice presidents, the CAF vice presidents, who are here with us. I see my brother Shakanuma is here as well. We had and the General Secretary and the staff. What we'd like to do here is to give you an opportunity to ask whatever questions you may have. But it's also important to emphasize, my patience for things that are not perfect is very limited. I keep hearing this funny noise in the background, so make sure that somebody in CAF might not have a job tonight, so let's make sure that that doesn't happen. But let me just emphasize that from an African perspective, there's a clear sense of purpose, a clear sense of objective. And we are very excited that this is the biggest competition in Africa, but it's also the quality of football. It's always important that you have a clear understanding of what is your primary objective, but also what is your core work, your core business. And our core function is to make sure that African football is as good as the best in the world. And there are certain successes we can show in the short term. We are very proud of the 5 nations that represented us in AFCON. We are particularly proud of the historic achievements of Morocco at the FIFA World Cup. And we are clear that at the last World Cup, Africa went to the semifinals. The aim is to go beyond. What is the stage beyond the semifinal? There's only one stage, it's the final. Because African football will gain the global respect and the global recognition when an African nation is champion of the world. And that's going to happen. That will happen. Is it going to require a lot of hard work? Absolutely. How do we compare against the best in the world right now? Not as good as the best in the world, but Morocco has given us excitement and confidence. But you also have to be aspirational. You've got to be ambitious. You've got to set higher targets and higher objectives all the time, all the time, all the time. And that's why, for me personally, it's important that African football does well. But Europe is also very important to us, because I always say, I want Europe to keep on doing well, keep on growing, keep on succeeding with new standards and Africa. And it makes me proud when African players are doing so well at the highest football level right now, which is Europe. And I'm confident. And a part of my job is to make a significant contribution with the vice presidents, with AFCON, with all of the leaders in Africa, to take African football to the highest possible level. Whoever takes over from me, the new president of CAF, part of my job is to make sure that he or she continues the excellent work. And as I said this morning, of course, they can make whatever changes they deem appropriate, but African football has to continue to be globally competitive. And partly what is important as well is self-supporting. It's got to be commercially viable. So there's a lot of good work that's taking place, good progress. There's still some way to go. One of the biggest investments is to invest in the youth. I'm very proud that the schools football, which is something I felt passionate about over many years, because I grew up and saw some of the best football players coming from the school. In fact, my father, before he went into business, was the headmaster of a school that was exceptional. And as a young boy, I used to go and watch these schools. I mean, that's the first time I saw Kaiser Matau, who's one of the top football players, was as a young boy when he was at a school called Orlando High. So schools football, and I'm thankful to the trustees of the Motsepe Foundation who've donated $10 million to schools football in Africa. So the real benefits and the real successes come from investment with a clear objective that it'll take some time for the results to be forthcoming. I had a very good relationship with Johan Cruyff, worked with him for some time, exceptional. I remember the first time he met me, he said, if you want to work with me, I'm a Ferrari, you know. He said, I'm a Rolls Royce. You're going to have to pay a lot of money, because many years ago, they worked with, his academy was supporting an academy of a football club that the family has been associated with. So I want to conclude by saying that African football is competing with the best football in the world, and the people who decide are the spectators, the football fans. For as long as the football fans in the world are excited about watching Mo Salah, about watching Sadio Mane, Victor Osimhen, and I mean the list goes on and on. And Hakimi, we also need to develop African football personalities. The next Lionel Messi will come from Africa. The next Ronaldo is in Africa. We have already got Victor Osimhen and Hakimi and I don't know, where's Mbappe from? Oh, okay. I don't know, because his mother, I know, is from Algeria. And one of the people who serves on the board with me said to me, yes, Mbappe has come back home. So I said, you mean he's in Paris? No, President, he's in Cameroon, where his father comes from. This continent has produced exceptional, gifted players. I'm very, very proud, extremely proud of all of the nations in North Africa. I'm extremely proud of all of the football nations in West Africa, in Central Africa, in East Africa, and in Southern Africa. So I'll most probably see you at the end of the AFCON. I'm going to be here tomorrow for the opening, and I'll watch all of the games on Sunday, and then I'll be away for a day or so to go to the World Economic Forum, because some of our important sponsors who are important for African Football League, but also, I don't want to mention names, some of our top sponsors of African football will be in Davos, and I'll be back, I think, Wednesday night for the match between Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. And then I've got to fly back to Davos for one day because there's a crucial meeting with one of my biggest sponsors on Friday morning. And then after the meeting, I'll be jumping on the plane to come back again because I want to watch Senegal. Is Senegal going to win, Sengo? Or, you know, as the president of CAF, I have to support everybody, but you can tell us who you support. No, you can't support all the nations. You know, you must start by supporting one particular nation of which you are president, and then number two, all the other nations. So let's it's an opportunity to ask questions, and it's an opportunity for me to address all of your questions. And let me just conclude by saying, don't worry, we'll give everybody a chance. Don't worry, we'll give everybody a chance. Yeah. You can see he's from Mandela's village, you know. He said, "Gahleni madoda, pants." So we'll give everybody a chance, and I'll see you at the end. Just one quick matter. I had a very good meeting with President Ouattara yesterday. Excellent meeting, President Ouattara, because you must understand as well, Africa has to put its best foot forward. The football pitches, the stadiums must be world class. I had a meeting as well with the referees, all of the referees, to say to them how proud I am, and we are investing a lot of money to make sure that African referees are as good as the best in the world, because the issue of the perception of the impartiality and the independence and the integrity, as well as the quality of African referees, is very important. You know, we are investing in making sure that the qualities of our referees are world class, and the VAR, and they were talking about assistant referees, how we should also look after them. It's also an opportunity for me not just to tell them some of the plans we have as CAF, but I think more importantly for me to listen from the referees on how we can make sure that they really perform world class. The number of media interests in the world, and that's why I want to thank you, all of you, is the highest ever. And sometimes in life, we got more than 6,000 applications from media all over the world, and we've got the top media, football media houses and companies from worldwide, which is something we're not just thankful for, but it makes us very proud. And of course tomorrow, and we increase the prize money as well. Part of increasing the prize money is to make sure we consistently and continuously, with more money coming in, because if the quality of football is good and people want to watch it, there'll be more money coming in. And with more money coming in, the governance, the ethics, the transparency, as well as the compliance with CAF and FIFA statutes is crucial. So what we are going to do is, just if you wait for a minute, we're going to start on the right wing. All of those who are conservative members who believe in monarchies, and because I come from a royal family, I'm going to start with you. And then from there, I love royalty all over the world. And then from there will come this side. These are the people who combine the Republicans and the Democrats in the center, bring everybody beautiful. And then we'll go to the Communist Party on the left side. Mark Gleason has never supported communism, but is sitting at the wrong place. So we'll then come, and then we want to give everybody, if you can just keep your questions as short as possible, we'll try and I'll try and keep my responses as brief as possible. Let me just say one final thing. Our focus is to ensure that African football is globally competitive, is world class, and is as good as the best in the world. But we also recognize an important function of football and the beauty of football. Football, and that's our commitment, to use football to unite our people. People who come from different races, different ethnic groups, different religious backgrounds. We're in a country where when the national team plays, and not just here, Nigeria and very many other parts, where football unites us. And Veron did wonderful work when he went to go and visit our people who are in the camps in Goma. There's more than 500,000 people who are at the border between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we wanted to send a message to them to say, we are with you. And I always say, whenever I'm in Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, the whole of Africa, to say, we are all children of Allah, and Allah wants us to be together. Very, very, we are all children of God. And in a very humble way, we should try and utilize football to bring our people together. From Cairo to Cape Town, and from West Africa to East Africa. Okay, can we start with His Royal Highness on the right? Just tell us what your name is and where you come from. And maybe we'll take 5 questions at a time and respond quickly. And I've got a translator here. So if you, I hope everybody has got a facility to translate. I'm on the right channel 1. Yeah, okay. So just tell us what your name is. Is that okay? Channel 2. Thank you. I'm told channel 2 is for English, eh? All right. So just tell us who you are, which country you are from, and ask your question, and then we'll try and give as many people as possible a chance. Okay, let's proceed. Lax. Lutol. Just give all of them the time to speak. Sorry. Lalela, sorry. You've got the mic, Osasu. Yeah, please go ahead, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Osasu Bayoana, and I write for The Guardian of London. I just want to refer you back to the last AFCON in Cameroon, where you made a statement that you, as the president, you are ultimately responsible for everything that happens at the African Cup of Nations. Bearing in mind that the African Cup of Nations in Cameroon was the first time that we actually had 8 people die and over 30 people injured, can you guarantee to the world that we are not going to witness such a terrible incident here in Côte d'Ivoire? That's the first question. The second question, probably your General Secretary will be in a better position to answer, being that he's the head of the administration. We have a Women's African Cup of Nations this year, and up to this moment, there are no dates. I've been informed by some of your staff that you have no dates because FIFA is not ready to approve the dates you suggested because you are having problems with the European clubs over the dates you want to set for the AFCON. So can you please tell us what the situation is regarding that? And my final question is, what has happened to your chief operating officer who seems to be no longer with CAF? I learned also that she has disappeared from the organogram. Why? What has happened to her? She's only been with CAF for barely a year, so why is she no longer with the organization? Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent questions, and thank you so much for those questions. Very quickly, you hear this noise? Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Very, very good questions. I'm going to answer very quickly. The first is, one of the first things I discussed with President Ouattara is exactly the issue you raised. I mean, I'm executive chairman of a company that employs 30,000 mine workers. I'm chairman of a company that employs, we are the biggest shareholder. It's a merger between another gold company we started and another company called Harmony. It's got about 45, 50,000 employees. So we've got about more than 80,000 employees that go underground every day to work in the mines. One of the saddest moments and one of the most painful moments in my business career is when we have to go and tell some of the families of the mine workers that either because of an earth tremor or because of an accident at work, a loved one has lost his life. So one of the most painful moments for me was to have to go and visit those families in Cameroon, and to look at every one of them in the eyes and knowing that they lost their loved one. So it's something we take very seriously. And I was told that there's 15,000, I don't think I'm breaching any confidence, 15,000 security and police that are there to help, because the Cameroon accident was avoidable. It was absolutely avoidable. And I can't agree more with you. For as long as I'm president of CAF, whether I know or don't know, whether I'm aware or I'm not aware, I ultimately have to take responsibility for anything that happens within CAF, and I'm accountable. So I'm satisfied that there's a huge amount of commitment, determination, and I think Veron has done an excellent job. The day after Cameroon, Veron was here, and partly to make sure that the managerial, administrative challenges we had, we deal with them way in advance. So I'm satisfied that the appropriate steps have been taken to correctly make sure that we totally avoid the really painful experience we had in Cameroon, where we lost the lives of some of our people. But having said that, I said to President Ouattara, I went to Germany in 2007 to watch the World Cup. I mean, there were some events that took place which were extremely disturbing, and that's why the media has to report, and that's why this meeting is so important, particularly in Africa. It's not just about press freedom in football. We've got to encourage press freedom across the board, because our democracies desperately need an agile, independent, active, critical media and journalistic community. So you'll keep telling us, and tell us what our problems are and our failures are. One quick issue concerning the chief operating officer. Wonderful, a lady I had a huge I was very excited when she was employed. Apparently because they have to let me know what is going on, and part of my job is to make sure that the leadership of CAF is briefed. There's been an unhappiness and disagreement, and she's parted ways with CAF, as happens in many other industries. Am I disappointed that she's left? Absolutely. But I wish you all of the best, and I hope she succeeds, and my job is CAF has to continue and make a success with or without her. You are asking about the AFCON.
The women's AFCON.
Yeah. I like you are very polite and very friendly, and I like that, because I always like to have an environment where we talk nicely with each other, respectful, not rude or disrespectful. I'm usually in an environment where people are disrespectful and rude, and I don't tolerate that. So, tone is very important to me. We have to be polite and respectful to you, and you must do the same. Women's AFCON, very important question. I mean, there's the Olympics. Forget about the issues of FIFA. Will it be resolved? Absolutely. It's one of the things I was discussing this year. This is a very complicated year. And we have a duty to make sure, we are talking about the women's AFCON, but not just the women's AFCON, even the male football players, that we don't have a congested football season where players have to spend too much time playing too many games. So I'm very happy and very confident that the whole women's AFCON is under control. I'm not worried. We'll make the announcements at the right time. We're engaged in discussions, not just with FIFA, but also with our member associations, so that we'll make the appropriate announcement in good time. Okay, can we have the lady there?
Thank you, Mr. President. I just have one question. My name is Annette from Voice of America.
You are from where?
Nigeria. Oh,
I'm from Rwanda.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
You come. I'll be seeing the president of Nigeria next week in Davos. Beautiful, beautiful country. When I gave Victor Osimhen and the top women's lady, I said they are from the beautiful country. Of course, Africa is special. Nigeria is one of those countries that I love immensely. If you haven't been to Lagos, you haven't been to Africa. The energy and the creativity is incredible. Okay, Rwanda or
Rwanda.
Kigali?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. Proceed.
You're welcome. Okay, so I just have one question, and I was wondering, do you believe you have accomplished what you intended, or it has proven more challenging than anticipated since you became president of CAF?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful question. After a year, I'm coming back to you because you are a citizen of the world. No, let me tell you, my job is very easy. At the press conference I had recently, in fact, from day one, I was asked, are you going to run for a second term? I mean, that's, it's related to what you're asking. Have you achieved what you set yourself up to achieve? Number one, the duty of a leader from day one is to have an effective succession plan in place immediately. The perception that a leader only gets changed when his 4-year or 3-year or 5-year comes to an end is absolute nonsense. You can be president for 1 week and you cross the street and there's a Zola Bat. I don't know whether they call them Zola Bats anymore. There's a taxi that comes and it sends you to heaven. In English, they say the CEO is hit by a bus. So part of your duty is to make sure that there's an immediate, world-class, capable, and in some cases even more capable leadership than you are that can take over. So I'm excited that CAF has got exceptional vice presidents, and there's exceptional leadership at the vice president level as well as at the within EXCO and within the member associations. The goals I set, I invest billions and billions of dollars in the mining industry. We only see success, if at all, after 7 years, if we are lucky, sometimes 10. Sometimes we've made investments which after 10 years of spending billions of dollars, we've received nothing. So my job as president of CAF was always to make a humble contribution to make African football, take it to the next level, because I'm going to be assessed not by Patrice, but by whatever people think. African football was at this level when you became president. When you step down, where is it? I don't lend my name to anything if I cannot make a significant contribution, because my name and my reputation is more important than going to make another $1 million. So I'm happy that I have to make a contribution to take African football to the next level and lay a foundation for those who come after me to take it even further and to continue. And I'm very happy. My problem, though, is I've got very high goals. I've got very high ambitions. I set very high targets in everything I do. And you know, a good quality of a good leader is to be your own biggest critic. Because sometimes you are surrounded by people who want to tell you how wonderful you are and want to tell you the things that they think you want to hear. And that's it's not good. So I'm happy that we've made significant progress. I will never be happy, even when we make big progress. One of the key issues for me is that there's some basic things that we did exceptionally well. The governance, the transparency, the ethics, the auditing functions, the managerial functions, the administrative functions, those are non-negotiables. You know, a basic thing like, I'm a member of the media, I send a letter to the Secretariat of CAF, you should get an answer. You should get a basic, decent answer. And it starts maybe with, we acknowledge receipt, but come back. So I see Lark stands there and, you know, he's part of the face of CAF. And if he does an excellent job, then CAF is doing a good job. And the opposite is true. So I'm very happy with where we are. But I also know that there's a lot of work still to be done. And as I said, you know, we set very high standards. Thank you so much. So we come here. Can I go there? I saw you, and then I'll go to you. Can you pass on the mic there? And then I'll come here, and then I'll come there. Okay? Can you just pass on the mic to the gentleman there? Thank you.
Hello.
Merci
Good afternoon.
beaucoup.
Ardouan Mehdawi from Shuruq TV News in Algeria.
From
Algeria.
Algeria.
Algeria, yeah.
Veron said you are from Nigeria.
No, Algeria, Jazair.
Is the other Ria. Thank you so much.
Algeria, yeah. And you had an interview, a short interview yesterday about African Cup, and you say that you need to have and say positive things. Yeah. So did you suppose that have any part or any persons who want to destroy this African football, or have need to have a negative image of football African? And the second one is about you're planning to say and watch all matches of this AFCON, and when you want to say and watch Algerian match.
Thank you. Let me say, please, I want you to pass on the message to Algeria.
Yeah.
And this message is a message to every one of the 54 countries in Africa. And the first thing is we love and are proud of Algerian football. We are committed to work together with Algeria and every single one of the 54 nations in Africa to develop football in Algeria and to ensure that the Algerian football recognizes its full potential. Very proud. Algeria's got a proud football history. And I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the people of Algeria. I'm very proud of the history of Algeria. And as I said, I say the same of every one of the 54 nations in Africa. You spoke about posits. Is there anybody who's trying to destroy football in Africa? Yeah. I mean, the future of football in Africa is in our hands. And I must say to you, and that's why I was saying to my brother from Nigeria, who asked a very important question, we must recognize our failures and our weaknesses and our deficiencies and fix them. And improve, because sometimes it takes some time. But the other thing we must also do is to be significantly more positive and more optimistic. You will never build football in Africa. In fact, you will never build anything. I know from my experiences in business in various organizations, with an excessive negative and pessimistic perspective or perception. So will there be problems? Are there challenges? Absolutely. But I'm excited about the huge amount of. I'm walking in France, in Paris. A man comes with his wife and children. They come running to me, President. So I turn around. I say, "Is there a president behind me or something?" President, I'm from Algeria. Oh, Algeria is going to win the AFCON. Good luck. I love it.
We want to organize AFCON.
Sorry?
We want to organize.
I want you to put in a bid, and I wish you all of the best. I would be very happy and proud if Algeria puts in a bid and wins. And I will come and embrace the people of Algeria. And then I'm in New York. I'm walking down Fifth Avenue. A young girl comes running to me. President, I'm from Casablanca. I saw you on TV in Qatar. We are so proud. I said, beautiful. I love Morocco. I love the people of Morocco. And Algeria makes us proud. Morocco makes us proud. So I just want to focus on, and Egypt makes us proud. Senegal makes us proud. Come on. We have to take, we as the media, and I'm talking, we've got to identify those failures and weaknesses in Africa, and there are many of them. But we must also inspire and motivate when there are good things, encourage, because our young people are watching, and our young people need that inspiration and that confidence. So I'm very happy and very proud, and I wish Algeria all of the best. Put in your bid after 2027, whoever will be, EXCO will decide, and I'm very proud. One question there behind. I'm going to be a little bit shorter in the questions. Take the gentleman with the Arsenal shirt. Is it Arsenal or Ajax or? Oh no, sorry, no. Thank you.
It's a Cameroonian shirt. Okay, Mr. President, I'm Giovanni Wane. I work for Sports Glitz from Cameroon, of course.
Is Cameroon going to win the AFCON?
We have the quality to do so. I mean, we're 5-time winners, so they expect us to win at every other tournament. So my question goes thus, Mr. President. With the coming in of the African Football League, you did make mention of that, and you'll be going for an economic forum. So what then happens to the Total Energies CAF Champions League? Is there any future for the Total Energies CAF Champions League? Because, of course, the African Football League, the first edition was a success. We didn't hear of teams sleeping at the airport. Teams traveled on time, played games, the prize money was good. But then, is that a sudden death for the CAF Champions League?
Good question. I forgot to ask my brother from Cameroon. There's another from Algeria also asked a question. I love football, and in the Cameroon, I most probably attended 95%, bro. 95% of the football matches, and I can tell you, I'm gonna watch. It makes me forget about those businesses that are losing money that I'm associated with. And in the past, it would make me forget about the overdraft, for the 90 minutes, and then I'll think about it after the 90 minutes. So as I said to you, I'm going to Davos Sunday, and then Wednesday night I have to fly back because I need to watch Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. It's a special match. And then Thursday night I've got to go back, unfortunately, to Davos. I've got a meeting Friday morning with one of our big sponsors, and then after that I've got to rush back to watch Senegal and Cameroon, and then I'll basically watch as many of the games I watch. Going back to the African Football League, you've got to look at the African Football League within the context of what are we trying to achieve. And what we are trying, and let me immediately start with what is not positive, is you've got to be careful that you don't have the football players playing too many fixtures, too many matches. And the other thing is, you must also not undermine the professional football leagues in Africa. So I understand when some of the professional leagues are worried about the African Football League. I mean, my family spends a hell of a lot of money. Since I'm president of CAF, I've had to take several steps away. So we do want the professional football leagues in Africa to succeed and the clubs to make money. And we do want, I spoke about an African nation being champions of the World Cup, Nations World Cup. Part of our aim as well is we want an African club to be champions of the world. It's going to be tough. But for heaven's sake, if you can't set tough targets, then it's not worth it. So the African Football League, I need to give the member associations money. We need money for development. We need money for increase the prize money of the competitions. Al Ahly, Wydad, and all the other clubs on the continent that plays in the Champions League, they don't make money. They lose money. I understand it. I've been there long. So we gave every one of the clubs that participated in the African Football League, we gave them $1 million up front and said, use that $1 million to go and buy players, but also use it to help you with the transport because, when I was president of Mamelodi Sundowns and they won the Champions League in 2016, the prize money was a pittance in comparison with the money that they paid. So we want to get the Champions League and the African Football League to make them more commercially viable and make sure that the clubs make money out of them. But the other thing that's very important as well is we may have to have the Confederations Cup cancelled. We've got to look at we can't have too many competitions. And the CHAN is a competition. The first few days when I became president, they said, cancel it. The CHAN is the competition where the nations play, but only players in Africa. And I'm not even sure that it makes sense, but leave that for a minute. So we had to review it, and many of the presidents came, we beg you, President, don't cancel the CHAN, because we cannot compete against the big nations, and this is an opportunity for us to get our football up to speed. So I want to conclude. The African Football League, immense success. The Champions League, we want it to be an even greater success. I'll be meeting with some of the people who sponsor some of those leagues in Davos. And I want more money from them. I want more money for prize money. I want more money so that the clubs can take it and spend on their academies, on their youth. And also, the CAF staff. One of my objectives was we've got to pay the people who work in CAF and also the people who work in football clubs. Give them a decent salary and pay them well. I saw your hand there. Yeah? Let's go there and then we'll come to you. Yeah, don't worry, we'll come. We'll go left and then we'll come to the right. Okay, give the gentleman there. Okay, now it means because I've given a background, I can give you yes and no answers. Ask me a question, no, and then next question. Answer, yes, next question. Yes. Just say who you are and where are you from.
Merci, Président. Fouad Hannaoui, journaliste Midi 1, Maroc. Vous avez parlé dans votre discours de la formation, des académies, de l'importance de s'occuper des jeunes. Concrètement, que fait la CAF dans ce domaine de la formation? On sait que, par exemple, ici en Côte d'Ivoire, on avait assisté à une expérience de l'ASEC Mimouza, de la formation des jeunes, et qui a donné pas mal de bons joueurs pour le football ivoirien. On assiste aussi à une expérience au Maroc avec l'Académie Mohamed VI, qui est un fleuron de la formation au niveau continental et au niveau aussi mondial. Au niveau de la CAF, est-ce qu'il y a des projets de faire des académies un petit peu partout dans des pays africains pour former des joueurs et on le sait, c'est avec des jeunes joueurs bien formés qu'on peut réaliser le rêve de l'Afrique. Et le rêve de l'Afrique, ce n'est pas d'organiser une bonne CAN ou bien gagner la Ligue des champions africaine, c'est de gagner la Coupe du Monde. Merci.
Thank you. I'm going to... you answer that question. Don't look surprised. Just answer it. He doesn't even understand. Can you translate to him in English what I meant?
Non, j'ai pas suivi la question.
Yeah, so my vice president, so that you don't have to listen to me, I'm just alerting my vice president. In fact, Madame Kaniza should have had the AFCON one. It's just because it was a bit complicated, I want to take it. So I'll take the difficult questions. So you answer that question because you are originally from North Africa, and Senghor, you'll answer the ones. Okay.
Merci, Président.
He's one of the. I mean, he's one of them. Excellent. Just like President Senghor and others.
Merci.
Excellent work. What is the word for answer in French? Répondez.
Répondez. Merci. Bon, j'avais pas suivi totalement, mais je crois que vous avez parlé des académies. Si la CAF doit lancer des académies pour qu'on ait l'objectif majeur, celui de remporter un jour la Coupe du Monde. Je crois que oui, à travers vous aussi, le Maroc, on a vu que les académies ont donné des résultats avec votre équipe nationale qui a été jusqu'en demi-finale avec des joueurs sortant d'une académie à Rabat. C'est excellent. Dans les autres pays aussi, il y a des académies qui travaillent bien et qui avancent très bien. Et au niveau de la CAF, on cherche à encourager les académies, à continuer sur la formation des formateurs. D'ailleurs, la direction technique de la CAF a intensifié ses efforts tout dernièrement avec les stages des entraîneurs qui se sont intensifiés au niveau de tous les pays. On a atteint maintenant la licence pro de la CAF qui a été déjà organisée, je crois, dans 3 pays, notamment de l'Afrique du Nord, en Algérie, en Tunisie, au Maroc. Donc, on est sur cette voie et avec, comme vous l'avez dit, avec des Coupes d'Afrique bien organisées comme celle-là, la CAF aura les moyens de travailler et d'amener ses équipes à être des grandes équipes à la Coupe du Monde et pourquoi pas l'emporter un jour. On est sur la bonne voie et la dernière Coupe du Monde le prouve. Merci.
Magnifique. Magnifique. Can we come here? Yeah, give him the mic. The gentleman in front. I'm coming to you. And then I'll because Mark Gleason is so tall, I'll go to him after you. Yeah. Can you?
I don't know if it's working. Yeah, it's working.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Timothy Maimon. I'm working for Balde Productions and La Chaîne L'Équipe in France. I'm coming from France. I will have one question.
Beautiful country.
Thank you. One question for you, unfortunately for your colleague. The main criticism we have about the CAF is that there's a lot of interference from FIFA inside your organization. What do you respond to this criticism?
A good question. There's also a lot of interferences by me in FIFA. You know. Excellent question. Now let me say this to you. I wanted one of the other presidents to answer, but let me take that quickly. We've got a clear understanding of what we have to do. In fact, I've got a clear understanding, and so does the vice presidents, of what we need to do to make African football amongst the best in the world. Part of that is partnerships. That's why I had an excellent lunch, wonderful meeting with the president of UEFA, Alexander Sefran. There are 2 of us to talk about how do we increase the cooperation and the partnerships between UEFA and CAF. Very, very important. Excellent. In fact, it took place in his home country. Beautiful, beautiful country. And so I'm clear in my mind. I'm going to work together with UEFA. I'm going to work together, and I've done so. There's some excellent discussions that are taking place. Of course, UEFA is my partner now. Morocco is, it's not the Moroccan bird, it's the African bird. And we're very proud of it. So Morocco is representing the continent for 2030, beautiful. And Spain and Portugal are our partners. So it's a wonderful partnership. I'm looking also at CONMEBOL, South America, as well as Asia and CONCACAF, and how we can work together to grow African football. Gianni Infantino, very good friend, very committed. I'm very proud of him. He's coming tomorrow. Very committed to African football, and the partnership between CAF and FIFA, very important to make sure that African football grows. I mean, we work together on referees, excellent. Right now, FIFA has got significantly more money than CAF has got, and this FIFA Forward project for football, but excellent. So I can assure you that I was saying to the people that in Exco this morning, that, you know, sometimes Gianni and I have got arguments. And I have to feel that I'm the one who's being a little bit more irresponsible because I'm insisting that he should do things for Africa, which some of which are unreasonable, because I've got huge expectations. And Gianni says, "Yeah, come, let's try and help." But then I have to say to myself, "But be careful. He's not president of Africa. He's president of FIFA, and he's got a bigger objective and a bigger duty in relation to FIFA. So, you know, we've got to be careful that we don't put pressure and say, now, you must give us $10, when in fact, what the rules and the regulations and the policies require that we should only get $5. So I just want to emphasize, we will continue on this partnership with FIFA. It's very good. We take the decisions. I laughed at the beginning when people were saying that FIFA tells Patrice what to do. I had a number of African heads of states who said, these people don't know you. I mean, you know, my pride and my dignity and our principles, we decide what is good for us. I mean, I work with some of the top businessmen in the world. They don't tell me what to do. I'll be with Bill Gates next week. We are part of the Giving Pledge. We have discussions, you know, and I'm in meetings with Warren Buffett. I mean, these are the top people in the world. They respect me because they know I've got a mind of my own, and I expect that from anybody else. So it's a non-issue now. And I do understand that this issue that FIFA controls CAF was in the context of the fights of the World Cup. Should the World Cup be every 4 years or should it be every 2 years? And in that process, you know, people make all sorts of allegations to try and discredit and disrespect. It's fine, I understand that. But I'm just saying, we're happy. Our future is in our hands. And having said that, I'll continue to work together with Gianni and FIFA, and I'm excited about his confidence and the confidence and the commitment of FIFA. You were questioning, did I take another question there? Okay. Oh, I took one there. Can we go this side? So I'm confident I won't get this question anymore. You know, do we control FIFA or does FIFA? I'm happy nobody says that we expect too much from FIFA, but we do. We ask them to at times give us more than what may be justified by the fact, but it's, you know. Thank you. Proceed.
Thanks. Ahmed Adela, Radio Mosaic FM, Tunisia. Thanks, Mr. President. You are very proud and honored because
where are you from?
Tunisia.
Ah.
Yeah.
Beautiful country.
We wait long before seeing a journalist from Tunisia asking you. Yeah.
I'm coming to Tunisia.
Yeah, and that's my question, Mr. President. In your electoral program, there was too many points who are talking about infrastructure, stadium, level of football and other things. Do you have an idea about the infrastructure and the stadiums in Tunisia? Will you visit Tunisia soon to see the real situation in our country, even the stadium? That's the first question. The second question, in this same country, I think you will come as you said. There is a member of your committee, executive committee, who is jailed, and he's the president of the Football Association. No words, no press release, no word from the CAF. Is that a choice or an obligation?
Good question. Very good question. Because I was reporting to EXCO today. I've been, I don't know who's here from Mali. I've been waiting in the aeroplane to go to Mali because I've got a member who's also in jail in Mali. And I can assure you, I have a duty as the president of CAF, and so do we as CAF, to protect every one of our leaders, of our member associations, of our presidents. And I spoke with Wadi's wife, had a personal discussion with her, and my statement to her was very simple. If I come to Tunisia, would it help? Because there's discussions that are taking place all the time. And it's very complicated because the argument is he has broken the law. And of course, we respect the sovereignty of any nations. But if anybody has broken the law, take them to court. Take them to court. But the advice we've also given is, and me in particular, is that President, you must cool down and don't issue some of these press statements because you will make it more difficult. You will make it more difficult for the people who are in jail. I can talk about Mali because I went to Gabon when Pierre Lan was arrested because it's my duty. And sometimes I've got to understand, what am I trying to achieve? Is to get him out of jail. And to get him out of jail, not because he's broken the law. I mean, I don't only respect the sovereignty of every nation, but we respect the legal processes. There's a due process. My only concern is you shouldn't be locking up people and not taking them to court. And if you do that, I will engage. I have to. But what I've also learned is I am not helping the people who are in jail by making statements because the advice from the people, from the families are, if you make these statements, it becomes even more difficult because the government now feels like they have to fight and be stubborn and feel that nobody's going to tell them what to do. So I'm clear in my mind that we respect the sovereignty. We don't want any of our members to break the law. We don't tolerate it. But having said that, we will fight until the end for any single member who is in jail in a manner that we believe is improper. And having said that, just take him to court. Wadi, if and that's why I must be careful what I say now because I may end up doing exactly what the family say I shouldn't do. But all I'm saying is that I will not back off. And sometimes the best way to approach is to get the end product. Get him out of jail. If you want to take him to court, take him to court. And let the courts decide. I will be coming, I was going to come to Tunisia until this thing took place because I've been to Algeria, I've been to Morocco. I had wonderful time in Algeria, wonderful time in Morocco. I've been to, of course, Egypt. We go there all the time. I still need to go to Libya, but Tunisia was the country, and then they arrested him. And then the concern is if I go there, it creates a perception that, we almost endorse the illegality. But I want to conclude by saying that I'm coming to Tunisia, and to say that I can assure you, we will protect, respecting sovereignty and respecting due process and respecting the legality, but we will make sure that we will protect and stand up for the rights of every one of our members. And all we ask is, if there's an accusation that a member of CAF has broken the rules, take him to court. Don't lock him up and just put him in prison. Mark. Sorry? Yeah, I'm coming. So Tunisia has got world-class stadiums, eh? Tunisia has got world-class stadiums. The infrastructure in Tunisia is world-class. But I'm going there for several reasons. And this issue of Wadi being arrested is one of the key issues. But we've got to get the timing correct based on the advice of the family and the lawyers and in the context of what we are trying to achieve. Please, sir.
So, thank you. Can I ask you when the next Cup of Nations will be held in mid-2025 in light of the announcement from FIFA that the Club World Cup is going to be basically at the same time, and there is the potential of a clash. Al Ahly have qualified, Wydad Casablanca have qualified.
So you're asking about...
I'm asking about Morocco 2025. Will it be mid-2025
but
or will it
more
be...
AFCON Morocco rather than the World AFCON Morocco?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Will it be mid-2025 or will it be a January kickoff, maybe preceding or there following because of the Club World Cup being added to the calendar?
Good question, yeah. Very good question. And this is where the partnership between ourselves and FIFA is very important, because we have a duty to all the players to make sure, as I said, that there's no congestion. They don't play more football because you will destroy the quality of football. If your football, your club, you've got too many club competitions, or you don't get the timing correct as to when the AFCON will take place. Now, this AFCON was supposed to take place last year, and it took place now because it was going to be washed out. And of course, we have a very clear objective from a CAF perspective. We want the world to see African football at its best. And we can't be stubborn and say that we are going to have our competitions take place irrespective of whether there's competition from other football competitions. So there's a lot of good discussions taking place with FIFA. You know, the WAFCON, the women's AFCON, we are working on that to make sure we get the timing right. Morocco 2025, we are working on that. I think Morocco 2025 is going to be a huge success. I've got no doubt that Côte d'Ivoire is going to be the best Côte d'Ivoire, the best AFCON ever. And what I say to Fauzi is, you see, Cameroon has set a standard, and Idris must now do better. And after AFCON, Côte d'Ivoire, Morocco must even set a new standard. So we'll make an announcement, because we've got to align these fixtures and make sure they take place at a time that's good for football, that's good for Africa. But we're part of global football as well. And we can't, I don't take chances. I don't play games with AFCON. I want the AFCON to take place at a time when it's the most favorable and the most convenient. Yeah. I'm coming this side. Yeah, can I go to you? I'm coming, don't worry. We're coming, and then we'll go there, come two. And I don't want anybody asking questions twice. Let's give everybody a chance.
Hello, Mr. President. Hello, everyone. I'm Motsepe Addi from the Moroccan channel Media and TV. My question is, did the current edition of the Africa Cup...
Slowly, did the what? Continue.
The current edition, this edition of the Africa Cup of Nations, benefit from the Moroccan team's achievement in the World Cup, especially at the marketing and the sponsoring side. And
slowly, because I want them to listen. I want Sengo to answer. So
yeah,
Sengo,
okay.
Don't forget about your cell phone now.
Okay.
Get ready there.
So
and also Waberi, yeah, and Seido and Madame Kaniza. Repeat again the question.
So my question is, did the current edition of the Africa Cup of Nations or African football in general benefit from the Moroccan team's achievement in the World Cup, especially at the marketing and the sponsoring side? And how will Africa invest in this achievement? Thank you.
Beautiful. President?
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Donc, j'ai cru comprendre de la question que vous posez, que vous voudriez savoir quel est l'impact au plan marketing de l'AFCON. Et je dois juste rappeler que à l'arrivée donc de notre équipe exécutive dirigée par le président Motsepe, il avait annoncé clairement qu'il voulait organiser des coupes d'Afrique de standard mondial, et je pense qu'on en prend le chemin et que aujourd'hui on voit que nos compétitions suscitent beaucoup d'intérêt Donc déjà au Cameroun, on avait vu les rapports sur les audiences au niveau mondial. Cette fois aussi, avant même qu'on commence, on voit comment cela crée quand même un enthousiasme, aussi bien en Afrique que dans le monde. Mais ça a forcément un impact au niveau de l'attractivité des sponsors et du développement marketing. Et aujourd'hui, il faut saluer cela. En COMEX ce matin, les gens ont évoqué cette question et on se rend compte que nous avançons progressivement grâce à cette vision du président Motsepe, mais aussi la mise en œuvre par l'équipe du secrétaire général. Nous sommes en train de faire de grands pas et je pense que c'est cela qui justifie d'ailleurs que la CAF puisse de compétition en compétition augmenter les prize money, mais aussi le versement de droits commerciaux aux différentes nations africaines. Et je pense que c'est de bon augure. Je pense que d'ici 2 éditions, nous serons à ce niveau-là en termes de marketing dans les standards mondiaux, c'est-à-dire on se rapprocherait peut-être difficilement de la Coupe du Monde de la FIFA, mais je pense qu'on peut raisonnablement envisager de se rapprocher d'autres grandes compétitions comme celle qui se passe en Asie, ou bien pourquoi pas l'UEFA, parce que c'est l'objectif du président Motsepe et de notre comité exécutif. Voilà, merci.
Merci beaucoup, mon frère Augustin. Merci beaucoup, mon frère Augustin. We've got with all of the nations that were in Qatar, and let me just quickly say, excellent question, and thank the people of Morocco for us because they made us proud, and he's the president of Senegal. They made us proud as well. And I always say to him, now you see, Morocco went to the semi-final. You must also go to the semi-final. He said, President will be there. But because at the end of the day, the world takes decisions based on what they like and what impresses them. So when Morocco goes to the FIFA World Cup and Morocco plays Spain and Fouzi comes to me, he says, President, we are going to win. I said, Fouzi, you know, inshallah, inshallah. And of course, I'm excited. And we play Spain as well. So, and even Nigeria wasn't there. I don't want to make Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, I mean, Ghana. I mean, in my mind, there's about 15 nations, 15, from Africa. And of course, there's about 10 that really, and what I like about some of the countries is you get what you invest. I mean, if you invest, you will get the results. Not overnight. So it was an excellent move, good for African football, and as I said, at the next World Cup, we're confident we'll do even better. Yes, your hand, yeah. Can you take the mic there? Just choose which one you like there amongst all of them. The one that smiles the best, just give it to him. Okay, and then we come here. Okay, I'll come to you, and then we go here. I think we're going to come to, yeah, just give whoever you like there. Choose. Thank you. You choose the one that's near. Okay, continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm Frank Eric Zifo, Sport Vibes Cameroon. I would like
from Cameroon.
From Cameroon.
Yaoundé, Douala.
Douala. With your permission, I would like to ask my question in French.
Thank you.
Okay. Alors, Président, vous parlez tout à l'heure du futur Ronaldo ou du futur Lionel Messi qui viendra de l'Afrique, de la formation des footballeurs africains, mais surtout
Sorry, just hold on. Can the person who's translating talk a bit louder? Just talk louder. Okay? Thank you. Proceed.
Ok, ma question était la suivante. On parle d'un futur Cristiano Ronaldo, d'un futur Lionel Messi, ce qui passe forcément par une Coupe d'Afrique des Nations de qualité, avec toutes les stars du football africain. Mais est-ce qu'on pense véritablement qu'on peut y arriver quand aujourd'hui, principalement dans cette CAN, l'Afrique n'arrive pas encore à rassembler à temps? Quand elle le veut, les nations africaines, ses stars, ses meilleurs joueurs pour participer à cette Coupe d'Afrique des Nations. Au niveau du comité exécutif de la Confédération africaine de football, qu'est-ce qui est mis en place pour, excusez un tout petit peu l'expression, essayer d'abolir ce qui pourrait s'apparenter à une forme de traite négrière du footballeur africain par les clubs européens?
Thank you. The best Messi, the best Drogba, the best JJ Okocha, and the best all of them. Respond. This is President Waberi from Egypt, ne? He's from Djibouti. Yeah, it's on.
D'abord, avant de répondre à votre question, j'aimerais vous souhaiter le meilleur. Un, deux, ok? Merci. Avant de répondre à votre question, permettez-moi de vous souhaiter une bonne et heureuse année 2024. En ce qui concerne votre question, tout à l'heure, le président a parlé de l'investissement au niveau du football africain. Mais il faut savoir une chose. L'Afrique aura son futur Messi les jours que nous, Africains, on investit dans les infrastructures, dans les académies. Ces jours-là, nous donnons plus de moyens à nos clubs. À nos clubs, parce que c'est le club qui produit les joueurs. Donc, ce jour-là, nous allons produire un futur Messi, un futur Ronaldo. Deuxièmement, dans une statistique aujourd'hui que la compétition nous a présenté, 64% des joueurs qui sont à la CAN, joueurs africains qui sont à la CAN, viennent de l'Europe. Donc, le jour où on aura un futur Messi, ces 64%-là vont venir au club africain. Donc, c'est l'objectif même que la CAF a créé le Super League pour donner plus de moyens à nos clubs pour qu'ils gardent nos grands joueurs en Afrique. Comme ça, on n'aura pas de problème avec les grands clubs européens. Donc, Inch'Allah, nous sommes en train de travailler pour investir dans le football africain, pour développer nos infrastructures, pour développer nos footballs de jeunes, Inch'Allah, et nous allons dans quelques... Parce qu'en Afrique, c'est un continent vierge, et un continent, il y a beaucoup de talents. C'est un vivier de talents. Donc, il se plus d'organisation et plus de moyens. Donc, c'est pour ça que beaucoup de pays sont en train de travailler et d'investir dans les infrastructures, dans les académies. Inch'Allah, et je suis sûr que dans les années à venir, il y aura presque 80% de nos joueurs viendront de nos championnats et de notre continent. Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Okay, now we'll come back to you. Can we go? Give him the phone. Let's go. Where's some funding? Can you ask? Yeah, can we go there? Yeah. Okay. Please continue.
Thank you. Good afternoon, President. My name is Michael from Nigeria. I believe you can hear me
Is
now.
Nigeria going to win?
Of course, yes. I thought on my birthday, actually, the final. So I'd like to clarify. It's a follow-up question to the answer you made earlier as regards the AFL and the CAF Champions League. You mentioned and said that you might have to cancel the CAF Confederation Cup, and also mentioned the possibility of you wanting to cancel the CHAN tournament, but the members nation came and you were able to solve that. I'd like to ask you clarification. Are you going to cancel the CAF Confederation Cup and allowing the AFL and the CAF Champions League to stand? And if so, what will be the qualification merit? Because previously, the first edition of the AFL, the teams were picked based on their history based on the pedigree on the African continent. So what would happen to the qualification just in case you cancel the CAF Confederation Cup? Thank you.
Good question. Very good question. Now, I wasn't going to cancel the CHAN. This was one of the suggestions I was given by our advisors. And the same applies with the Confederations Cup. We cannot and will not have too many competitions. Now, you come from a country that has produced some of the best football clubs in Africa. And I'm confident that we're going to see those great, great football clubs. Enyimba, Kanu, I mean, there's a whole lot of exceptional football clubs in Nigeria coming back to the fore. At this stage, it's just like the question that Mark Gleason was asking. What are you going to do with the date for the AFCON? You have to engage and make sure you get the best advice and do what's in the best interest of African football. The Champions League is excellent and we want to protect and promote it. And that's why I deliberately didn't put the prize money of the AFL, make it more than the Champions League, because I didn't want to create a perception that as at this stage, immediately, the AFL is above the Champions League. But I'm clear, I'm not making money from the Champions League. I need the money to give to the member associations. I need the money for academies, for football development, to help with transport. And the same with the CHAN. I'm not making money out of it. And be careful. Our aim is not to make money to declare dividends. It's to make money and distribute it and give it to our members. I mean, Nigeria has got so much. I mean, Senegal. You can't have a country with such exceptional football players, and the football league, the professional football league, is not what we know it can be. So we are focusing on that to make sure that there's more money going into club football. And we don't want the club owners to say, but we participate in the Champions League and we lose money. It doesn't make commercial sense. The ego and the glory and the excitement of winning the Champions League, if it goes with a huge financial deficit, doesn't make sense. So excellent question. We are looking at these things. We'll, and they're not easy answers because you have to check with your sponsors as well. And some of the sponsors say, oh, you are doing such wonderful work. It's so confident. We know that for the first time, the money in CAF is not going to go into the pockets of officials. It's going into football. Beautiful. And I said, I like it. And then I said, give me more money. No, man. These are difficult times and the global economy, I don't know. And worse still, I've got an agreement. So I'm locked into an agreement for the Champions League, and I'm locked into agreement with clubs for many years, and I've got to shock the system. I've got to shock the system. And part of shocking the system is start a new competition and say to all the others, do you see what this competition is doing? Now you give me more money for the competitions that you currently have in terms of your current sponsorship. Otherwise, I can assure you, when your contract comes to an end, and that's why I'm thankful to Saudi Arabia, I'm thankful to Kigali, the lady from Rwanda, so proud of Rwanda and all of the sponsors for the African Football League. You've got to challenge. And you mustn't challenge from a position of, I don't want to say position of poverty, but you mustn't challenge when you're weak because you've got no leverage. So you've got to give yourself leverage. With the new competition, remember we said the money from the AFL goes to the member associations. So excellent question, and we're looking at all the competitions. One more there, the lady there. Yeah, the lady there, and then I'm coming this side.
Thank you, President. My name is Angeline Aisha Traoré. My media is AT Communication. My question.
And my country?
Ivory Coast.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes.
Aquaba.
My question, what are the different innovation for the 34 edition in the Ivory Coast?
Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a favor. Can you repeat that question in French? Because I want Madame Kaniza to listen, and I want President Seido to listen as well, so that they can respond. Can you ask the question in French, please?
Quelles sont les différentes innovations pour cette 34e édition en Côte d'Ivoire?
Thank you. You want to take it? Okay. Should I, Madam, can you give me instructions? Should I give it to Seido, or you want to take it? Seido, okay. Seido, we've been given instructions. My mother said, if you listen to the woman, you'll become a better husband.
Ouais. Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je vais essayer de répondre à la question de la jeune dame qui pose une question concernant les différentes innovations apportées. Les différentes. J'essaie de répondre à la question de la jeune dame qui porte sur les innovations éventuelles apportées à l'édition de la CAN qui va commencer demain. Je pense que c'est bien ça la question. Eh bien, je pense que le président tout à l'heure faisait allusion au fait que il y a 2 ans, on disait au sortir de la CAN au Cameroun, on disait que c'était la meilleure CAN de l'histoire et qu'il demandait, il espérait, il pense que la Côte d'Ivoire va mettre la barre un peu plus haute. Donc effectivement, on va tirer les enseignements de cette CAN au Cameroun pour améliorer certains aspects de l'organisation au niveau de l'accueil, le transport, la logistique. Je pense qu'il y a des efforts énormes qui ont été consentis pour améliorer cet aspect qui n'était pas parfait peut-être. Donc je pense que les innovations, il y en a toujours, c'est ça, c'est la recherche que nous devons avoir pour atteindre peut-être pas l'excellence, mais en tout cas de s'améliorer d'édition en édition. De toute façon, ce que je peux dire, c'est que les consignes qui ont été données au COCAN par la CAF, c'était de dire que nous avons opté, l'exécutif actuel, pour faire des CAN de standard mondial. Par conséquent, attendez-vous à avoir des innovations d'édition en édition. C'est une habitude qu'il faudra prendre. Et en ce qui vous concerne, journaliste, je pense que vous êtes mieux placé pour savoir que de ce côté-là, pour les anciens qui sont encore dans la salle, nous avons fait des efforts considérables, énormes, pour, en ce qui concerne les accréditations, en ce qui concerne l'accueil et puis tout ce qui est médias. Le confort des journalistes dans les stades s'est amélioré. Nous imposons dans les stades des tribunes presse qui sont de standard mondial aujourd'hui. Je crois que vous le connaisserez. Depuis, le Cameroun a fait beaucoup d'efforts de ce côté-là. Par conséquent, c'est pour moi des changements considérables par rapport aux CAN précédentes. Et c'était mettre à l'actif du nouvel exécutif de la CAF, à la tête duquel se trouve le président Motsepe. Je vous remercie.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Madame Kaniza?
Je voudrais rajouter sur le point aussi du sponsoring qu'il est important aujourd'hui de voir que de plus en plus de sponsors se penchent sur la question de l'accompagnement de la CAF. Et ceci peut se ressentir au niveau de la stratégie qui a été mise en place par notre président Motsepe et bien sûr toute l'équipe. Donc aujourd'hui, nous espérons que de plus en plus, nous allons faire de sorte qu'il y ait encore davantage de sponsors et bien sûr de médias qui vont nous suivre et faire de sorte que nos compétitions puissent être égales ou sinon plus aux autres compétitions au niveau international.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Kaniza. Merci beaucoup, Madame Kaniza. Okay, you'll be the last one. Let's give the ladies a chance. I can't see the glasses. No, don't worry, we'll give you a chance. Let's give the lady in front. Yeah, give her and we'll come to you. No, we'll take 4 here. Don't worry, we'll give you a chance.
Hello, President. My name is Hilary Christelle Tolopadonu. I'm from Benin. I'm BBC Africa representative.
Are you from Cotonou?
Cotonou, yes.
Beautiful.
The first 3 editions of Women's Champions League have been done with 8 participants. And regarding the success...
Sorry, Madame Kaniza, can you just... Yeah. Repeat the question again.
Okay, I was saying that the first 3 editions of Women's Champions League have been played with 8 participants. And regarding the success or the interest we have had with the last edition, don't you think that it is time to extend the number of participants for the next editions?
Beautiful question. I want to hear what Madame Kaniza says, and I'll tell you afterwards. And I must be careful, I can't disagree with her.
Je pense que c'est logique ce que vous dites et très pertinent parce que nous avons vu, bien entendu, depuis les premières éditions, qu'il y a eu un impact assez positif. Donc il en va de soi que notre objectif, c'est d'augmenter, bien sûr, le nombre de participants. Et nous faisons aussi recours aux sponsors pour qu'ils puissent nous accompagner parce que c'est très important. Sans ça, nous ne pourrons pas. Et nous espérons qu'effectivement, il y aura donc cet accompagnement. Et bien sûr, l'objectif étant on ne va pas dire de concurrencer les hommes, mais d'arriver au moins à ce niveau-là.
Yeah. Merci beaucoup. There's the same question in fact, not a question. I'm clear in my mind. And I want to thank Madame Kaniza that one of the best investments we can make is in youth football, for young boys and for young girls. And I can't agree more with you. We have to increase the number of participants representing our women in football. Madame? And then Mamadou? Yeah, I'm coming to you.
Merci beaucoup, Président.
Merci.
Je suis Christelle Kouassi. Je travaille pour A+ Ivoire. J'ai pu remarquer depuis votre prise de parole que vous êtes en homme.
Where are you from?
Côte d'Ivoire. Here, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast.
Are you from Abidjan?
Abidjan, yes.
Oh, wonderful. Yaya? Listen, Sengo. Continuez, madame.
Yes, sir. Thank you, President. Alors, je disais que j'ai pu remarquer depuis votre première prise de parole que vous êtes un homme très humaniste. Vous affectionnez le brassage culturel et je sais que vous êtes en terre ivoirienne depuis un moment. Alors, j'ai vraiment envie de savoir, est-ce que vous avez eu l'occasion de goûter à la gastronomie ivoirienne? Ici, on a toute une panoplie de belles choses à voir, vu que vous parlez de...
Madame.
Et surtout, quelle est la question, en fait, elle débouche sur cette question. Et surtout, est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire 3 éléments, vous personnellement, qui vous permettent de dire de façon très franche que la CAN 2023 ici en Côte d'Ivoire sera vraiment une réussite? Est-ce que vous pouvez, si possible, citer 3 éléments qui vous permettent de dire, vous personnellement, depuis que vous êtes là, que la CAN sera vraiment une réussite?
Sengo will give you 3 reasons. I just want to tell the food, magnifique. 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 Sengo, can you give her 3 reasons why this is going to be the best AFCON ever?
Merci, madame. Je pense que j'ai plus de 3 raisons, mais je vais me limiter à ce que vous m'avez demandé. Et la première, donc c'est, le président le répète à tout va, donc c'est l'Aquaba. Je pense que nous tous qui sommes là avons senti la ferveur, l'ouverture du peuple ivoirien à accueillir non seulement cette CAN, cette grande fête de l'Afrique, mais à accueillir l'Afrique tout entière. Et je pense que c'est un aspect important chez nous. Nous devons le revendiquer, nous devons le vivre en Afrique. Nous aimons vraiment être ensemble, avoir ce brassage-là. Les autres aspects, c'est simplement, nous sentons déjà la bonne organisation. parce que je pense que la plupart des équipes sont déjà là. La presse est là. Moi, j'étais à Yamoussoukro. J'ai vu que tout était en place. Au niveau hébergement, tout s'est bien passé. J'ai vu la presse hier aller prendre ses accréditations, donc plusieurs jours avant le début des événements, alors que très souvent, c'était à l'extrême limite, des fois même le jour de l'ouverture que ça se passait. Et ça, je pense que c'est un élément important. Et l'organisation mise en place et par le comité local et par donc l'administration, le secrétaire général de la CAF, peuvent nous assurer que nous aurons une bonne organisation. Et le dernier point saillant, qui a toujours été une préoccupation pour nous Africains à ce stade, c'est la qualité des infrastructures et leur mise à disposition à temps. On a vu, ce n'est pas le propre seulement du Cameroun, mais très souvent en Afrique, jusqu'au dernier jour, au jour d'ouverture, les coups de pioche étaient donnés, mais je pense qu'aujourd'hui tout est prêt. Et pour ceux qui sont plus proches du terrain, on se rend compte aussi que beaucoup d'efforts ont été faits en ce qui concerne les pelouses. Je pense que les pelouses sont au football ce que le cœur est à l'homme. Si dans une compétition, ce qui est le plus important, c'est-à-dire ces pelouses-là et ces stades ne sont pas de qualité, on ne peut pas s'attendre à ce que nous voulons tous, c'est que nous puissions rehausser le football africain à son vrai niveau. Et je pense que les standards que nous avons ici nous permettent de penser que cette CAN Côte d'Ivoire, comme certains l'ont dit ici, à commencer par le président, sera la plus belle de l'histoire. En tout cas, c'est ce que nous présentons à ce stade. Merci beaucoup.
Sengo, you forgot one. What you told me. Because you said you're going to defend the AFCON successfully, is that right?
No, why not? I will try, but I know that I have 23 others
who are
waiting me at the corner.
Thank you so much, Sengo. And I just saw one of our most incredible legends, Roger Miller, right here. Let's clap hands for Roger Miller, please. Man. Very special. I remember how he was dancing, and it was so beautiful to show the world that it's only in Africa. When you score a goal, you go and, oh, thank you so much, Roger. Mamadou? Okay, we're going towards closure now, eh? And yeah. I think somebody doesn't like you, Mamadou. The mic was working until they gave it to you. We say it's sabotage, Mamadou. Now they switch off all the Mamadou.
Hello.
Ah. That lady is from Côte d'Ivoire.
Okay, my name is Mamadou Guy from Super Sports South Africa. President, so many of my colleague and ordinary people keep asking me, where is all this money coming from into CAF? Is it from the president pocket? Where is it coming? Because suddenly we see a lot of money flocking in. They even say the prize money for the AFCON was increased to $7 million US, almost 40%. Where is the money coming from? Please, is it from your pocket or where is it coming from?
Mamadou, it's from your pocket. No, you see, we have to create sustainable sources of income for CAF. But because sometimes in business, you know, I start a business and then it does very well, and then 2-3 years down the line, it experiences problems. And is it okay? Sorry, can you hear me? Yeah. In future, you must do a rehearsal, man, and check. And they did check it. Okay. So it was working when we checked it. So I just want to say that there's a lot of good things that has been done by my brothers and sister who's here in front, and by EXCO, and by the member associations, and we've also that's why I'm saying I'm going to Davos, And in Davos, you've got the top CEOs who run the biggest companies in the world. And let me tell you something that's important, Mamadou. Part of my focus is to try and make sure that football in every one of the 54 nations in Africa, that, somebody spoke about infrastructure. There are still African countries where the football can't take place in the nation, in the country. That's unacceptable because they don't have a stadium that's up to the CAF and FIFA standard. And that's partly why we've got the heads of state giving them an award, and I like it when other heads of state say, but why wasn't I considered? And I say, it's beautiful, we will consider you. Just partner with football, build a stadium, build infrastructure, not expensive, but just get it up to CAF levels. And remember, football is a business. Why is it that super sports spend so much money watching European football, or paying for European football? Because many people in Africa want to watch European football. They like European football. I don't want to be the one that's not liked. I'm sick and tired of being the one who's not liked. I want to be the one, and when I say I want African football, to say, European football is wonderful, but try African football as well. And as I said, of course, I'm clear in my mind. I want European football to continue to do well, but my number one duty and my number one focus is African football. So Mamadou, life becomes much easier when people look and see the good work that's been done by all of us, the good work that my Secretary General is doing and the Secretariat. And but remember, people don't support CAF for what's happening in Cairo or at the headquarters. They support CAF for what is happening on the field. The quality of football, exciting, competitive. That's why I was saying to the referees, do your job as best you can. And but having said that, we've still got a long way to go. You say there's money coming in. One of the biggest problems I have with sponsors is they say, yeah, but you must be careful. And you think CAF is where it might be many years down the line. I have to start where CAF is now. And CAF is not where you want it to be 3, 4, 5 years from now, or whenever I have to pay you based on our assessment of African football now. And that's why I need others to come and compete. Because the ones that invest in us for the future will do well. And I want to thank you, Mamadou, because and various others, because you guys make football exciting. I sometimes watch ESPN because my son, I used to live in America, I used to work in America. And, and you see how they make American football so exciting, the commentators. So I'm very proud. I watch Super Sports, I watch SABC. I'm very proud of the new TV, New World TV from Togo. I'm proud. I'm seeing, I will be with the president of Togo next week. There's a session that they've asked me in Davos to attend. I'm going to pull him aside and say, I'm so proud of you. Because you've got to compete. There can't be a situation where they say, yeah, you see, Patrice has a company called Mamadou and Brothers, and they must always win. No, man, you've got to compete. And having said that, I'm equally proud of what Canal Plus has done and what the beautiful work. Mark Gleason, you guys, you make me proud. And I'm happy that, and we're going to grow together. Okay. I'll go to you, and then I jump over. Oh, sorry, I need to give you. Quickly. Let's start there. Give him. Yeah? Okay, quickly.
My name is Anthony Bekederum. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I work for Brilliant Media. I have a very simple question. As CAF President, what has been your hardest decision?
Listen, I've had to make serious decisions over many years in my life. and I've had to make difficult decisions. So I'm not, and remember, the quality of a president is influenced by the people around him. The quality of vice presidents and EXCO and the member associations, and be careful, because CAF is still in a cup final, and you don't want to say we've won and it's not 90 minutes, it's not over. So don't celebrate because we've scored 2 goals and we're halftime. Wait until the end of the game. But having said that, I think that let me rather tell you what has made me proud is just to see the excitement, the love for football amongst young boys and girls in North Africa, West Africa, South Africa, Southern Africa, Central Africa, and Eastern Africa. I'm so proud that the AFCON is going to go to, after Morocco, we'll be going to Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. Beautiful, lots of talent. So if you ask me what are the toughest decisions, my answer is that, I've had so many difficult decisions to take over many years, and the quality of the decision I take and the result is good when I consult and I've got good people around me. There are many things. I mean, one of the difficult issues was when everybody said to me, stop Cameroon. I mean, that was a difficult decision. It was a difficult, and the people who said stop it are people who love Cameroon, who love African football. And you've got to listen and listen very carefully, because they gave me good reasons why I should stop it. And for me, you have to be guided by the facts and the truth. Don't create your own facts or your own truth. Guided by reality and take advice from experts, because they had a lot of reasons why they said no. But the other thing for me was, having looked at the facts and everything else, I'm never going to give a message that says, I don't believe in my people in Africa. It's never going to happen. Never. Because to have cancelled Cameroon would have said that we don't have the capacity. We are not ready. We don't have confidence. And we don't do that. I keep teasing Senghor because they had to wait for him to be president for Senegal to win. And one of the issues were, but anyway, the bottom line is Cameroon was a huge success for all the right reasons. And just one quick issue. I had a police escort like we always do to the stadium. And I mean, there were thousands of people and they just didn't care. I mean, the police couldn't go through. But again, it was a learning experience for me because I was stuck in the traffic and I looked at all of the houses because the game had started. And I had left about 2 hours before the stadium. And I looked in the houses and I saw the passion for football amongst, I mean, the people in those houses, the families, the children, the excitement, beautiful. And for me, it was, oh yeah, I'm very frustrated because I should have been in the stadium 2 hours ago, but it was a learning experience second to none. Anyway, quick question. Yes?
Mr. President, my name is Eric from Nairobi.
From Nairobi?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Nice. So my question is concerning CHAN. You've addressed it a couple of times, but I know this year should be having CHAN. What's the date for the CHAN? Because I think we saw Tanzania announce some venues, and we also saw some statements from our government that there will be some allocation for the CHAN, but we've not seen yet an official communication from.
Very good question. And start off by saying, Kenya and Tanzania and Uganda has got some of the most exceptional football players. The CHAN in those three countries is going to be the most successful. The most successful. There's a problem as well that comes with success, that there are just so many competitions and so much interest and so many sponsors. But I said to you, the CHAN we had in Algeria, beautiful, huge success. The CHAN in Algeria, world class. So, and of course, Senegal won again. Senegal made me laugh. He comes to me at the end of the game and said, President, sorry that I won again. I said, I'm proud because you had many young players there. So we are focusing, and you must be careful that you get the date correct and the timing correct. And we will get it correct, and we will get the date correct. And the CHAN in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, those are beautiful countries with a beautiful football history. It's going to be extremely successful. You are the last.
Thank you so much. I was ahead. My name is Colin Sokinyo from Kenya. President, the AFL went well, but there was an observation.
The AFL or the FA?
AFL. It went, African Football League. It went well. But there was an observation. Yeah, there was an observation.
So they were going to do what?
There was an observation.
Yeah.
Particularly in terms of running the tournament. We could see like there's a company that was running it comprising of Italians. But
there was a company
there's a company running it because you're seeing the Italians were there. So my question is, don't you think there'll be a duplication of duties, especially in regards to, CAF administration or secretariat led by Veron, or are you planning to subcontract this tournament to that company?
Good question. Good question. Remember, that's why I'm so proud of New World TV, because part of my job is African football, but also opportunities for African business, job creation, employment, and of course, but also partner with the best in the world, in France, in England, in Europe, in America. We have to do that. The AFL, we had to use the best skills and expertise at the time, and I'm clear that we will use the best skills from Africa because I've got an obligation to develop the capacity and the skills in Africa. And side by side with that, we'll partner with the best, whether they're from London, whether they're from France or Europe or America, South America. But I do also want to make sure that we do transfer of skills and expertise and build partnerships that are excellent for the future. Last question. Oh, my apologies. Sorry. I'll come to you. Can I go to you? You'll be the last one. Sorry. My apologies.
Thank you. Alex Capsick from the BBC in the UK. Just a question about your sponsors. Total Energy is a fossil fuel company, and campaigners have criticised CAF for allowing them to be your sponsors. They say they're greenwashing to protect their image through sport. What would you say to them?
Very good question. And I'm going to Davos, where I'm going to meet many people who are going to ask me. We've got a partnership with we are part of the people that Bill Gates put together about 8-9 years ago, who've committed to, and mainly on the Family Foundation, what they call patient capital, to work in the context of contributing to zero emissions. And that's a very important question. And my answer is very simple. The commitment, and I spent a few days at COP28, and there were ongoing discussions, and the issue of commitment to climate change and to a world where there's zero emissions is something that all of us agree to. What is equally important is what we call a just transition. There are millions and millions of Africans who depend on these industries, and we have to provide them with the appropriate skills and expertise and prepare them for the jobs of the future. And this is the discussion we are having with all our partners. I know Patrick, the CEO, excellent leader, and I know that I meet the CEOs of the largest oil companies in the world, and I work with the CEOs of the largest mining companies in the world, and there's a huge commitment to making sure that there's a responsible transition and a responsible commitment to zero emissions in the world. But thank you for that question. That's an excellent question. Last one.
Bonjour Président, Monsieur le Président de la Confédération africaine de football, les droits TV sont devenus la plus grande difficulté à résoudre par les médias sur le continent. Supersport a finalement eu les droits.
Sorry. I can't hear what the translator is saying. Can I ask the translator to come nearer to the mic? And can I ask you just softly a little bit?
D'accord.
Because I hear you more. D'accord.
Président, Monsieur le Président de la Confédération africaine de football, je disais que les droits TV sont devenus la plus grande difficulté à résoudre par les médias sur le continent. Supersport a finalement eu les droits TV cette semaine. Le Nigeria également a eu les droits. Plusieurs télévisions nationales du continent au sud du Sahara n'ont pas malheureusement les droits TV. Des millions de téléspectateurs dans plusieurs pays seront privés de regarder la plus grande compétition sur le continent. Déjà pour les éliminatoires de la Coupe du Monde, c'était la croix et la bannière. Plusieurs millions de téléspectateurs l'ont regardé à travers FIFA+, les matchs des éliminatoires de la Coupe du Monde parce que c'était très coûteux. Est-ce que vous n'êtes pas un peu triste en tant que président de voir que des millions de téléspectateurs africains ne pourront pas regarder cette Coupe d'Afrique des Nations qui se déroule ici en Côte d'Ivoire? Quelle solution dans l'immédiat et quelle solution dans le futur? Merci.
Very good question. I was going to ask one of the other people to answer that. Maybe I should ask Yaya, will you respond, and then I'll just add on to it. Very good question, because part of the answer is what we raised in the EXCO meeting today. You heard Yaya?
Ok, j'ai écouté. Bon. Ce que je voulais dire, c'est que on est conscient que, votre constat n'est pas vraiment réel parce que jusqu'à aujourd'hui, il y a encore des négociations entre la direction commerciale et les chaînes de télévision. Cependant, on veut faire progresser le football africain et les télévisions doivent payer le prix d'une compétition, et la CAF est consciente parce que les prix qui sont dédiés aux pays de la région, à certains pays qui sont économiquement, on va dire, qui sont pas dans une situation très confortable par rapport à d'autres, ont des prix moins que d'autres. Ceci dit, ils peuvent faire l'effort de le regarder sur des chaînes privées aussi, que ce soit Canal+, ou Bein, ou Supersport, etc. Ce que je peux dire, c'est que la CAF, elle est là pour le développement du football en Afrique. Et plus il y a de l'argent, l'argent ne va pas à la poche du comité exécutif ou du président ou de l'administration. Elle sera réinvestie pour le développement du football. D'ailleurs, si vous regardez le constat aujourd'hui, il y a eu pour cette édition plus de 40% les prize money ont été augmentés de plus de 40% grâce à une bonne commercialisation. Il y a eu aussi l'aide qui est obtenue aux associations membres. Elle a été augmentée sensiblement par rapport à avant. Donc, tout ce que la CAF fait comme recette, c'est répercute sur le développement et sur le football dans le continent et l'avenir de notre jeunesse. Je vous remercie.
Thank you so much. I think just two issues to add. Merci beaucoup, mon frère. Yeah. Just two issues. We're very clear we want as many Africans as possible to watch our competitions. Very important. So we have to get a balance between getting as much money as possible based on the competition and the bidding process, because we need that money for investment, and otherwise African football will never succeed. But also making sure that what the other countries have to pay to watch the AFCON is not exorbitant. So and this is one of the things we discuss in EXCO, because as much as I'm clear that we need as much money as possible from CAF for CAF and for football development, I'm also clear that we need as many Africans as possible, as many viewers to enjoy the football and to watch it. Can we give him, please, Madame? Can we give him? Yeah. Can you give the gentleman? we're going towards closure. I think everybody is nice and tired now, and I'll come back to you.
Bonsoir, Président.
And bonsoir. And then remember, if you have a question that you think we haven't answered, the reason why I didn't let the CEO answer is because he enjoys one-on-one. Is that right? So you can come and ask him, and of course, I'm still around. You can ask me and also ask any of the other people who speak on behalf of CAF.
Latif Yorumo, Miroir Info, Togo. Alors, j'ai écouté le président avec intérêt parler de la stratégie de développement du football en Afrique pour avoir demain des Cristiano, des Messi. Mais il y a une situation qui personnellement m'embête quand, par exemple, l'Euro se joue, on ne joue plus en Europe. Mais quand la CAN se joue, l'Afrique ne s'arrête pas de jouer. Pourquoi cette situation, par exemple, Monsieur le Président? Merci.
A good question. And there are issues that we are fixing, but most of the professional leagues are closed now. Yeah, all of them. But very good question. Can we go to him, please? Very good question from Togo.
Bonjour Président. Déjà merci beaucoup. Moi je suis Elinga Kiba de Teleka Media du Congo-Brazzaville.
From where?
Congo-Brazzaville. Que j'ai deux questions. La première j'ai deux questions. La première concerne la J'ai deux questions. La première concerne la Super League qui a eu lieu dernièrement. Donc, je voudrais savoir, avec toutes les compétitions, parce que vous avez dit, les joueurs déjà ont assez de matchs à jouer durant l'année, avec les critères de sélection des équipes qui doivent participer à la Super League africaine, est-ce que ça ne crée pas beaucoup de, on va dire, beaucoup d'injustices, peut-être financières, entre les grands clubs qui sont assez riches et les petits clubs qui doivent pouvoir se développer pour pouvoir atteindre ces clubs-là? Ça, c'est la première question. Et la deuxième concerne, dernièrement, le COCA nous a fait savoir qu'ils ont reçu environ 6 000 demandes d'accréditation. Et jusque-là, on n'a pas reçu le nombre exact d'accréditations qui ont été accordées. Donc, on aimerait savoir quel est le nombre d'accréditations médias que vous avez accordées, si c'est possible. Et puis, pour les matchs, on aimerait savoir le quota des stades, c'est-à-dire au stade des Bimpé, le plus grand. Combien de journalistes ou d'hommes de médias auront accès au stade de Boaké, au stade de San Pedro et les autres stades? Merci.
Very good question. If you turn around, there's a man behind you who's very tall. And if I stand next to him, I look very short. You asked a very important question about some clubs have got access to resources and others don't. You come from a country with a proud football history. I had a long meeting. I had 2 good visits last year to your country, and but I'm confident that talent is talent, and that some of the clubs will come through. Because remember, even in the AFL, there's a promotion and relegation criteria, and the first editions was based on the rankings, the highest rankings within CAF. But as I said, I mean, this is the reality of life. Some people are tall, some people are not as tall as others are. Some people are good at science, some are not as good at science. Some come from America, which is a big country with big resources. Some come from a country I love called Eswatini. And the economy, but so we have to work within that environment and bring the best we can. My brother, we are going towards closure now, eh? Yeah. Can you give him the mic? Give him the mic quickly. I hope everybody is ready to leave now. Or you are the last one.
Bonjour.
Can you come nearer to him, please? Sorry? Come nearer to him. Yeah. Bonsoir.
Bonjour, Monsieur le Président. Je suis Christian Otato du Congo-Brazzaville, du site...
Can you guys help me? Is bonsoir good morning or is it good evening? My translator keeps saying good morning, and I'm getting worried. I already have a complex about my French. So bonsoir means good evening, eh? Okay, commentator, come, translator, let's get it right now. Continue.
Je suis Christian Otato du site web sportgrande.net du Congo-Brazzaville. Ma question, j'ai deux questions. D'abord, je vais commencer par vous féliciter pour la politique de commercialisation des compétitions africaines qui ont augmenté aujourd'hui le prize money. Mes questions vont dans le sens de vouloir savoir, après les compétitions, combien de temps la CAF prend-elle pour répartir ces sommes, et y a-t-il un système de suivi qui est mis en place pour vérifier si les acteurs qui ont pu obtenir, qui ont permis aux associés de la CAF d'obtenir ces enveloppes puissent penser aux joueurs?
Yeah, very good. Good question. Does anybody want to answer that? Okay, Brown, yeah. Answer it in French. Oui.
Bonjour monsieur. Il faut faire une distinction. L'argent de développement que la CAF donne aux fédérations pour le développement et l'argent que la FIFA donne pour le développement, ça c'est audité. Les prize money, c'est sur une base contractuelle. Donc on dit, vous venez participer, vous gagnez, vous avez le champion de la CAN, 7 millions. Bien sûr, idéalement, ça c'est pour mettre dans le développement du football. Mais ça, c'est sur une base contractuelle. La CAF ne l'audite pas, la FIFA n'audite pas non plus ce qui donne celui qui gagne la Coupe du Monde. Et deuxième question, il y avait deux questions?
Now, when you answer, repeat this question. Yeah, repeat this question because they're saying they can't hear you.
The gentleman saying that the example of the France, before to start the competition, the federation already said that the money will get 30% will go to the player. Ça, c'est l'organisation interne, monsieur. Ouais.
Very.
Y a-t-il un système de suivi aussi pour que nos fédérations africaines puissent penser aux joueurs, aux acteurs qui permettent à ce que les fédérations puissent obtenir ces prize money?
Well, good question, because if you look at the statement I was going to issue, I said some of the money must go to the players. But that's why we use the word stakeholders. Very good question. Can you translate to him in French, tell him what good question means in French?
Bonne question.
Sorry?
Bonne question.
Bonne question. Bonne question. Questionnante.
Bonne question.
Bonne question. So at this stage, we've got to allow the member association to decide. I mean, if Senegal wins or defends, they get the 7 million, they've got to decide what you do with the money. And because you know that one of the best investments is to give some of the money to the players, because it inspires some of the other players and use some for development as well, for the future. Can we go to this gentleman there? Merci beaucoup. Can we go to that gentleman? And you are the last. Can we rush and give that gentleman the phone? He's been trying to. Can you come nearer, please? You are the last one, because give him the phone quick. Phone. Give him the, yeah. And then Madame, yeah, continue.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity. I am Tikla Wesley Jr. from Liberia. And you talk about the AFL using it to raise funds for member associations, which is a very good idea because the member association needs these funds. My question is, will there be measures by CAF to make sure these funds are being used for its internal purposes? Because over the recent time, there have been quite a lot of corruptions. So will there be measures that CAF will make sure that the member association use these funds for the internal purposes?
Very, very good question. Excellent question. Before we go to him, and the answer is in what the Secretary General was saying. Excellent question. That you will not get money from us if you don't give us audited financial statements on how the money that we gave you the previous year was spent. And And we also are watching, because if you take the money to buy a Mercedes-Benz or and all of these luxury things, we will be talking to you and say, no, the money shouldn't go there. But having said that, some of the presidents of the member associations have no money. So there has to be some, a token gratitude to him, like happens in all organizations. You will talk, and the gentleman there is the absolute last. Please.
Bonjour, Monsieur le Président.
Bonjour.
Nasser Eddy, consultant sport pour NCI, la nouvelle chaîne ivoirienne de Côte d'Ivoire. Président, je voudrais qu'on parle un peu de l'héritage que cette Coupe d'Afrique va laisser à la Côte d'Ivoire. Alors, il y a quelques jours, le secrétaire général, lors de sa dernière conférence de presse au stade Félix Houphouët-Boigny, avait parlé de 10%, si je me souviens bien, 20% des bénéfices de la Coupe d'Afrique qui seraient rétrocédés à la Côte d'Ivoire en vue du développement du football dans ce pays. Donc, est-ce que depuis lors, c'est bien confirmé? Et puis, comment ça sera exécuté? Quel sera le suivi? Et est-ce qu'il y a d'autres héritages que la CAF laissera aux pays organisateurs?
Good question. Excellent. Before you answer, last one, and then we'll answer both. Last one. Help the gentleman there. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Brecht and I'm from Belgium. And I would like just like a little statement from you about the following
Do
thing.
you know Kevin De Bruyne?
Kind of. I know better Barry Coppa. I'm from the town where he played, so for the
Thank you.
Ivorians. So. While I completely agree with you when you're saying how much this attention this tournament deserves or should deserve also outside of the continent, I was kind of surprised that after 2 days you're leaving the competition to go to Davos, which to me sounds a little bit like, even though I understand that really football is business and everything, for me it sounds I'm running away from my own birthday party somehow.
No, I'm absolutely happy. I'm doing the right thing because I've got world-class people here, and the issue which is key is we have to keep making the sponsors focus on Africa. It's very important. And last year, Gianni Infantino and I spent 3 days at Davos doing one thing and one thing alone. Well, there were other issues as well, but trying to get some of the biggest companies in the world to come and support the AFL, and so I'm absolutely satisfied that my responsibility is to make sure that at all times I advance the interests of football in the best way I think appropriate. And sometimes it's by being at the stadium, sometimes it's by being not at the stadium. And we're doing the right thing. Were you the last question, or is there anybody who's got a last question? Okay, let's go to you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Kamal Bouzar from Algeria. Algerian Hayat Algerian TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want to ask you about last CHAN. If you want to describe last CHAN in Algeria, so how would it be? Second question.
Do I want to say how was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second question. Ivorian delegation visit Algeria during CHAN to take a look on infrastructure and take experience from Algeria. Do you think that the both of Football Federation, Algeria and Ivory Coast, help each other to introduce Best Africa Cup of Nations this year? Thank you very much.
Excellent. You want to answer? You want to help us? Yeah? Okay. You're aware of the people from Ivory Coast who went to Algeria? Yeah, continue.
Merci beaucoup pour nous donner la parole. Si j'ai bien compris, votre préoccupation, c'était de savoir si nous sommes satisfaits de la dernière édition du CHAN en Algérie. Voilà, je pense que vous êtes algérien, c'est pour ça que vous posez la question. Alors, nous avons été agréablement surpris par la volonté et puis l'engagement des autorités algériennes pour faire de ce CHAN peut-être de le mettre au niveau de presque une CAN, on va dire. Tous mes collègues qui ont participé, tous ceux qui ont participé à cette compétition étaient très surpris. Le niveau était très haut. C'est dommage, c'est un grand pays de football, l'Algérie. Il y a de la passion. On a été aussi agréablement surpris, ce qui n'est pas souvent courant en Algérie, par l'affluence dans les stades. Un peu partout, il y avait quand même assez de monde dans les stades, et la qualité des pelouses exceptionnelle. Donc sur ce plan-là, on peut dire que c'était une belle réussite, la CHAN. C'est peut-être pour nous un challenge, parce qu'il va falloir un challenge pour nous et surtout les 3 pays hôtes de la prochaine édition de 2025. Il va falloir relever le défi et se mettre soit au niveau de l'Algérie, soit au-dessus de l'Algérie. Je vous remercie.
Thank you. So I think it's 100% correct. The CHAN in Algeria, huge success. The infrastructure, the support, the partnership, excellent. And just like Côte d'Ivoire, we are confident it's going to be the best ever. The next CHAN will benefit immensely from the very high standard and the excellent CHAN that took place in Algeria. Thank you so much for coming. I think we took longer than what we thought. I'll most probably see you at the end, but thank you. Engage with the CAF if you have any questions, and hope you enjoy it. It's wonderful, and if there's anything, talk to Veron, talk to the Secretariat. We think this is going to be a successful country. Can we clap hands for the media, please? Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Okay. Where's the next thing?